This review was made possible by contributions from viewers like you.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the studio's cash grabbing and copyright flagging for reasons unclear. It's the most wonderful time of the year. They're the dumbest movies they sell. All the holiday tripe that makes me wanna gripe. Seriously, what the hell? They're the dumbest movies they sell. Oh, why me? There'll be movies for riffing, comics for nitpicking. Of course, it must be a Bob show. There'll be bad animation, ducks talking damnation, and plots that you cannot follow. What the hell's going on? It's the most wonderful time of the year. I might be misbehaving, but I've got my raven under mistletoe. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Hey guys. I guess my executive producers at Patreon.com wanted to give me the gift of awkward cringing, which is why we're going to look at the littlest light on the Christmas tree. You know how Ebenezer Scrooge thought that he was hallucinating Jacob Marley because of an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of underdone potato? Imagine an entire movie like that. A movie that's so bad that you think to yourself, this can't possibly be real. I'm having a fever dream right now, aren't I? But I assure you, this movie is real. I had to suffer through it, and now you're gonna suffer through it right along with me. Let's start things off with the title. The Littlest Light on the Christmas Tree. I'm already put off by the title demanding that I feel sympathy for a frickin' Christmas tree light, just because it's littler than the other lights. I love rooting for the underdog, but sorry, movie, you need to present your case as to why I should. I'm not gonna cheer on a damn tree light just on the grounds that it's smaller than the others. Also, look at this DVD cover and try to suppress the urge to vomit. Look at that face on said littlest light. This face is why hammers exist. Anyway, the movie itself opens with the most sickeningly sweet song you'll ever hear. Brace yourselves, people. This is gonna hurt.
Home. Home is where the heart is. And in my home, it was made of red felt. Mother would place one in each doll she made. They were called Maggie dolls, named after her. And each was truly one of a kind.
They were so special and unique that they played no part in the story whatsoever.
We were a happy family.
Except for being frozen, you know.
But as fate would have it, our fortunes soon changed. The war came, and America needed my father.
Losing my father to war made it the most magical Christmas ever. The story proper begins with, Gah! The animation is absolutely horrible! Not only are the character models as creepy as hell, but they look like they're marionettes being handled by someone who has no idea how to use the controls. Would you buy a doll from a woman who moved like this? I doubt it! We then meet their neighbor, Mr. Goodley.
What do we have here? Little gingerbread people? I think a nibble or two off their noses will suit me just fine. Yum, 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 yum.
Ah yes, it's just not Christmas without a little Yuletide cannibalism. He's here to deliver Maggie's latest batch of Maggie dolls into town, and he offers to take the kids into town because... I don't know. I guess when you're dirt poor, all you can do is try to enjoy watching other people have a good time. I mean, hey, just look at all the activity going on. Look at all the bustling. this is better than Christmas at Disneyland.
Come along and sing, let your heart open wide.
Come and sway around like you're drunk all the time. The kids pass by the nightmare-inducing townsfolk having the merriest of Christmases. They also pass a bridge that leads into the water for some reason, as they look for the perfect Christmas present for their mom. Again, with what money? I don't know. We cut to our villain of the movie, Mr. Emmanuel Girthmore, who is equal parts Scrooge, Mr. Potter, and Slimer from the Ghostbusters. With someone named Mr. Goodley in our cast, it's a wonder this movie didn't name this guy Mr. Badly. The movie wants us to hate him right off the bat because he has the audacity to throw away the titular Littlest light because it's broken! No. Sorry, movie, but I'm not gonna hate someone for doing what you're supposed to do when a light bulb stops working. There's no fixing it, so literally the only thing you can do is throw it out. That doesn't make you a bad guy.
Remember our agreement, cousin. You fill the shelves, and I'll fill our pockets. Listen up, cousin, and learn something. I'm a man of bigger vision. I know what holidays are for. Oh, did I fail to even mention? Come spend your money in my store.
Ah, yes. Sing a song about how cartoonishly greedy you are. That's better. Wow, I don't even know what to say here. This movie has so little faith in the intelligence of its audience and our abilities to perceive that this just might be our villain. I'm honestly surprised they didn't have the word villain sewn into his shirt.
I'm a man of big dimension. I have no pity for the poor. Oh, did I fail to even mention? There's always room for more.
The kids come upon the idea of getting their mom a thimble for Christmas. Why wouldn't she already have a couple of those? And Girthmore's partner, Jeepers, shows them a collection of fine hand-painted ceramic thimbles.
It's a very fine hand-painted thimble.
Okay, this is kind of interesting. It would appear that ceramic thimbles with custom paint jobs by hand are indeed a thing, and naturally they're going to be at least a little more expensive than the Monopoly piece that we're all aware of. But the movie's using the wrong person to sell them to these kids. Jeepers doesn't care about making money as much as Girthmore does, so he should be more about getting the kids exactly what they need and for as good as a deal as they can. While it's Girthmore who should be showing them these beautiful, opulent, more expensive thimbles that they weren't even looking for. I know he just went on a little spiel about how he prefer a product that he can buy in bulk instead of relying on one woman to make one doll at a time.
I don't need one of a kind. I need 100 of a kind. I need mass-produced dolls. Dolls that I can sell for a bigger markup.
But as cynical as he is about Christmas, you'd think he'd also want to exploit the sentimentality of it as well. Oh, sure, these thimbles might be $20 outside of your budget, but can you really put a price tag on your love for your mother? Jeepers sells them the thimble for what little pittance they have, and off they go. Ugly Brother spots the discarded Christmas light.
A little Christmas light. Why is he lying here?
That's not a he. That's an it. There is nothing about that thing that suggests it's a he. He sees it light up somehow, but naturally Ugly Sister doesn't believe him.
Seeing is believing. That is all I know.
Ah, isn't that sweet? The unshakable faith of a child. Oh my god, what is that? Burn it! Kill it with fire! After that bit of nightmare fuel, the ugly siblings go home, then we jump back to Girthmore trying to get rid of a band outside of his shop because he thinks they're driving away his business.
But people like our music, especially at this time of year.
What people? Are you sure you didn't drive them away? Good guy McGoodgood takes the ugly kids home, just as news of an oncoming blizzard hits the airwaves.
Mama! Mama! We're home!
Oh, someone looks like they had fun.
Glad somebody did. And look, they brought home a wonderful Christmas surprise.
This special Christmas twig.
My. What do we have here?
I found him lying in the snow. When I picked him up, he glowed as if he knew I was there.
He looks like a very special light.
It's a light bulb! Stop calling it a he!
He looks like a very special light. But I think he's broken.
Please, Mama. Can we put him on the tree with the other lights? I know Little Light can shine.
Little Light? So that's his name,
Mark my words, lady. If you let your son personify everything that he sees, he's gonna starve to death because his food that he decided to name Jimmy didn't want to be eaten. They proceed to decorate the tree in a futile attempt to make it look like it doesn't have mange. Then the power goes out, which makes Girthmore sing another song about what a greedy bastard he is. This movie is only 44 minutes long, and it feels like it's up to its eyeballs in padding.
Oh, I should have been a banker. Counting noon to night. Holding, touching, grabbing fills me with pure delight.
You know, I can't help but be reminded of Oogie Boogie singing about how he's going to do the best he can, and what an utter nightmare it was for the animators to give him his Cab Calloway dance moves. In reality, Oogie's puppet was twice the size of every other character on the set, and his armature needed to be so strong to support his weight that the animators joked that moving him was almost like having to wrestle with him. And yet, his animation is absolutely perfect. Does this thing look like he was a bitch to animate? Not in the slightest. How the hell does Girthmore look clunkier than one of the clunkiest puppets in stop-motion history?
There is no greater pleasure here on Earth than using my money to increase my girth.
Look, go ahead and spend your money on whatever surgery you want to increase your girth. Just don't sing a song about it, for God's sake. He decides to walk home through the blizzard, and it's never explained where Jeepers is, where he should be here to give him a ride, when, oh no, he loses all of his money, and even his glasses.
My glasses!
There was time now. There was all the time I needed.
We jump back to the ugly kid's house. The imaginary cameraman fumbles around to find something interesting to shoot. Then the Christmas tree ornaments come to life because why not? The rest of the Christmas lights start picking on Littlest Light, probably because they too take issue with ungodly freaks of nature. Finally, someone I can root for! You know, this actually is very sad. Nobody knew Littlest Light like Gingerbread Gumby here. Do you remember all the fun times they had together?
No.
Really? You don't remember all the screen time that they shared getting to know each other?
No, because that never happened.
Oh, come on. That had to have happened. Otherwise, this would just be completely stupid and pointless.
I can shine just as bright as any star.
Okay, fine. Shine all you want. Just don't sing. And is there anything we can do about that face? Because... Ugh. And his eyelids are underneath his pupils. How do you do that?
Here in my lonely world, where darkness is my friend.
Lonely world where darkness is your friend? What are you, the Phantom of the fucking Opera? Then again, anything to hide that face. Ugh.
That I will shine. Just give me half a chance to prove that all it takes to see the light is something you believe is right.
No. You're an electric light. Either you work or you don't. Believing has nothing to do with it. And look at those Maggie dolls in the background. These things are supposed to be completely unique, except that they're all exactly the same and have no faces.
I can shine. I can shine. I can shine.
Yeah, and why were you broken in the first place if you can shine? The family awakens not long after to find Mr. Girthmore on their front step.
I was lost. I couldn't find my way. It was so dark, I couldn't see anything except a light. A bright light guiding me, leading me here.
So the littlest light on the Christmas tree is Jesus?
And what was it that Littlest Light said before?
All it takes to see the light is something you believe is right.
Girthmore only saw the light because of something that he believed is right. And the only thing that we know about him as a character is that he really, really likes money. Ergo, being greedy is right. That's a nice message for the kids. And come on, what are the odds that he would see this light deep in the woods before seeing any number of candles lighting the windows of the town? Remember, this house isn't exactly within walking distance.
Look! Look, Mama! The light is shining! I just knew someday he would shine.
Why? Why did you know that someday it would shine? Do you see everything that's broken as just not working for the moment? Hey look, that car has a flat tire. It'll be nice and full one day, I just know it. Oh dear, someone's house caught fire. But it's okay, because someday it'll be back to normal. Oh no, my daddy died in the war, but I know he'll be coming back to us in a few days. Jeepers catches up with Girthmore, because of course he'd be looking for him in the middle of nowhere instead of back in town or organizing a search party.
However did you find me?
Emmanuel, it's you! Oh, I'm so happy to see you. I couldn't find you anywhere. And then there was a light, and something sparkled in the snow. That's when I found these.
No. No, you didn't. There was a really bad snowstorm outside. Even if we pretend the Littlest Light was a complete bullshit, those glasses are buried and lost until someone either steps on them or the snow melts in the spring.
You just have to believe.
I have to believe that this isn't bullshit.
Oh no, it is bullshit. But it's Christmas bullshit. You just have to believe in the Christmas bullshit.
And then next to your glasses, this!
A sack of money you weren't carrying.
Oh. Emmanuel, it's the money. Emmanuel, what's wrong? Are you all right?
All right. All right. Why, my dear favorite cousin in the whole wide world, I have never been better. You said something magical happens this time of year, Jonathan, and you were right.
Somehow a tiny light bulb has completely changed my outlook on life. No, seriously, somehow this stupid little light bulb, which at best should be regarded as a scientific curiosity, turns Girthmore into as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as the good old city ever knew. Just because he temporarily lost his glasses and his money, this is somehow enough to completely change his life. I guess all that Scrooge really needed to turn his life around was for Jacob Marley to steal his slippers or something.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
Then they all got raptured. The end. So that was the littlest light on the Christmas tree. Ugh. You know how some Christmas movies have become classics in spite of whatever technical flaws they may have? This movie feels like it's desperately trying to be a classic as well, while completely glossing over how these other movies were, still good on their own. It wants to tell the story of a curmudgeonly old man seeing the light about Christmas, but it forgot that it needs to be entertaining before it can worry about hammering in any kind of moral or deeper significance. As it is, the animation's atrocious, the story's non-existent, The characters are either morons or cliches of cliches. It doesn't do anything with its setup. What was the point of establishing the Maggie dolls or pointing out that Daddy was off fighting the war? And the broken but not broken light bulb is never explained. We're just supposed to accept it because Christmas magic, shut up! The nicest thing I can say about it is that some of the songs are tolerable, but they're not enough to help me forget that I still have to look at this atrocity as I'm listening to them. I wouldn't mind the Grinch taking this light because there was so much more wrong with it than just not lighting on one side.
You can tell something's there in the air.
Like a flower that blooms everywhere.
It's the season that's the best.
Everyone's their happiest.
Ready or not, it's on its way. Here comes Christmas Day. It's the 8th wonder here once a year.
Watch the world stop and joy will appear.
For the big
and the small,
nothing takes its place at all. Ready or not, it's on its way. Here comes Christmas Day. Buy your mother's gift, see you in an hour, don't wait. Sooner than you know, time is gonna go.
We won't be late.
Come along and sing, let your heart open wide. Let your worries be left far behind. For the old and the young, it's a part of everyone. Ready or not, it's on its way. Here comes Christmas Day.
Come across this way, see the skaters glide. Don't wait. Sooner than you know, maybe it'll snow.
Won't that be great?
Come along and sing.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
It's the season that's the best. Everyone's their happiest. Ready or not, it's on its way. Horses all hitched and pulling on their sleigh. It's the 8th wonder here once a year. Watch the world stop and joy will appear. For the big and the small, nothing takes its place at all. Ready or not, it's on its way. Ready or not, it's on its way. Ready or not, it's on its way. Here comes Christmas.
Subscribe, like, follow, comment, share, watch more.